Okay, this should work. Hopefully I won't have to do this again. Got some new issues. We are missing one copy. It's supposed to be coming here in the mail, and I've written the guy who sent me this. So we got some new issues to show you. And this is getting to be very popular on YouTube or eBay with CGC, and we're gonna double board this particular copy. I haven't read it before. It's near mint, so it's got a little bit of cracking on the spine, and I don't like that because it's indicative of new types of comic books. And that's Itchy and Scratchy Comics #1. Bart Simpson's favorite cartoon character. So do it. Itchy and Scratchy #1. I saw this on eBay at CGC. It went for like $255 or something like that. Maybe a couple years, 10, 15 years, this will be a nice comic book to have. But I wanted to get it. I might look at it once. I haven't even read it, but it's from Bongo Comics, who creates The Simpsons and Futurama and all those other comics. This character I like because I have the first issue of it, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But this just came in the mail, and I'm expecting one more comic out of this these three that I got, and that is Radioactive Man #4. Haven't read it, haven't looked at it or anything like that. Let's see if it's sticking there. I'm trying to get centered. It's my display area. Radioactive Man #4. Very nice cover, near mint. I haven't really looked at it. Let me look at this a little bit closer. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much near mint. Unread copy. Looks like it's unread. Notice that the cover is indicative of the 1950s. You know, you've got this particular square thing here. It's a direct edition, so you know that it's ordered right from the company itself. You know, the Bongo logo and the classic, you know, what's featured inside kind of stuff. I was pretty surprised about Radioactive Man, because Radioactive Man, even though they're still going strong with that particular comic book, and it is Bart Simpson's favorite comic book, the first appearance actually was in Interesting Stories #27, which they showed on the cartoon series itself from the comic book guy. So, but that particular issue doesn't exist in reality, but Radioactive Man comic books do, and I kind of enjoy it. I don't think I want a complete series of Radioactive Man. And Radioactive, I've had this before, I've shown it before. This is Radioactive Man #1, and this cost me about $60 to get. And this particular comic, it glows in the dark. It's got a skeleton on the outside that has luminescent material in the form of a skeleton. So when you put it under a light, take it out of the comic book bag, you can see that it glows in the dark. You can see the skeleton. That's pretty much a collector's edition, because you don't want to bring it out too much, due to the fact that if you keep rubbing against that luminescent stuff, it's eventually going to fall off. Not that it's not going to fall off eventually anyway, but if it still glows in the dark later, maybe 40 years down the line, it'll probably be worth something like that. But right now, Radioactive Man's pretty popular as far as #1's concerned. CGC, we don't know. This is a Silver Age comic book that I picked up at the comic book shop. It's in very good condition. There's no rips or tears on the spine, but it is getting there little by little. It's a Silver Age comic in very good condition, and a very good story, by the way. I really enjoyed this. I double boarded this, and to keep it, you know, from bending and stuff and getting any further damage. I'm not a big Batman fan, but I like Superman, some Superman issues from DC. Superman number 190, in good to very good condition. This isn't poor or fair. This is very good condition. And a little note on this particular issue, as well as several other issues, that if you notice at the top here, there's type of racing stripes here, indicative that in 1966 and around that time, people were very into racing and go-karts and things like that. So that up there is indicative of that. The other thing about this particular issue in general is that on the reverse side of the front cover is a 1966 Batman movie ad starring Adam West and Burt Ward, the first Batman movie. So that ad in there makes it even more valuable to a collector for Superman back issues and issues from DC, which are almost impossible to get because you've got to have a lot of money if you're going to get a good run of Superman, since there's so many of them. But I'm into the ones that I want to get are in the 300s, the beginning 300s. So those are the back issues I want to get back. That was not in my collection, by the way. This was in my collection, Batman number 320. Not a very good issue, not a very good story, but it's good. It's a memorable cover. I remember having it when I was a kid, so I picked it up at the comic book shop. And it's in about 6.5 to 7.0. So that's a good requirement. I want to get a full run of these this series, and this is Invaders number 1 here that I picked up at the comic book shop. A collector's issue, but the problem with this is that I got it cheap as it was, due to the fact that it's got some issues here. There's no tears or rips on the outside. The spine's okay, but on the inside, the first page has a rip from here to here, and that's probably why I got it so cheap. Although there's no other issues with it, you know, no other problems, and it's a beautiful cover. It's still good. It hasn't been left out in the sun or anything like that, and it's a Bronze Age issue that's worth collecting. Probably maybe 20-30 years. It'll need some what's it called? I can't remember now. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. Anyhow, restoration. I'm sorry. So I couldn't bring the word to my head. This particular issue completes number 14 of Invaders, which I have. I wanted to get it because of the story. And, oh, by the way, if you like 1940 style comics and the art, getting the Invaders series, which is probably up to 42 or 45, I don't know which it is, but it's a short run series. The artwork is reminiscent of the 1940s, and that's one of the reasons I like this, and them fighting the Axis powers of the 1940s, because back then it was pretty bigoted as far as the covers are concerned, and we all know why, because it was a war. Invaders 15, this has a spine roll, and the back page is creased. Other than that, there's no other problems with the issue, and I would say it's a very good copy, except for that crease in the back, which I had to unfold very carefully. Other than that, it's a good copy. Spine roll, you can see that there. So it's double boarded, as you can see here, if you can see that. And it's another issue I'm adding to my Invaders collection. I had several issues of this particular series that Jack Kirby drew. Jack Kirby's dead, but as his art progressed, I noticed that his artwork seemed to have dwindled. This is 35 years old, and this is the Eternals number 10. I had a few issues of the Eternals. I had number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think up to 10, and I had 15 and 16 where the Hulk robot comes into play. Other than that, the Eternals story is pretty interesting, but it didn't seem to last very long. But I like the Eternals. It was pretty interesting. Jack Kirby. This issue I've been wanting to get for a long time, and it's been variable as far as different prices go. It has the Punisher in it, and I just got this in the mail. And this is Spider-Man number 175. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. I didn't see that. It looks like it has a date stamp of September 8th, 1977. So, there's a date stamp on this one, which means, if you're not aware of date stamps, is that this date stamp here is indicative of the actual time that it came out. So this is a particularly good issue to have. It's got some creasing down here, and it's a little bit out of shape, but it's about 5.5 to 6.0. And that was a difficult issue to get because I got this for around 12, 13 bucks. Couldn't find this issue unless it was really damaged, and this one wasn't too damaged, and I got a good copy of it, and I had this in my collection when I was younger. So this Punisher appears in this and in several issues of Spider-Guy. Spider-Man is pretty popular, and it's one of the more sought-after issues in the Spider-Man's first series. This particular issue in CGC format, and this is the last one, in CGC format costs around anywhere from $200 to $750 to get. I had this also in my collection, and I regained this, got this back in for $12.99 at the comic book shop. And that's Spider-Man number 200. Got no Hulk issues this month, and that's a pretty good issue. It marks the fight between Spider-Man's nemesis, who he let go in Amazing Fantasy 15, and it's kind of a revenge issue to get back at the guy who killed his Uncle Ben. Double-sized, very nice issue, and I like that. The other issue we're waiting for is issue number 166, Spider-Man, which hasn't come yet. And the seller told me it's on its way. I just wrote him about it, and I know I ordered 4 of them, so if he doesn't send it, he's going to be deep shit. So this particular issue we'll relook at, and these other 2 issues are the other issues that I got in the mail. Radioactive Man and Itchy and Scratchy. Itchy and Cratchy. So, Itchy and Scratchy, and first issue of that, and Radioactive Dude number 4. So I got number 1 here too, we just showed that. So those are the issues for this month. Thanks for watching, and as usual, if you want these issues, buy them yourself.